tens of thousands of mountains. An ancient poem is like an article, it's like a book. To read the poetry, we could be enriched persons because there is picture in the poem. The Tianmen Mountain is cut into two sides by the river of Chujiang. The beautiful green water is turning at this point before going towards the east. And we can feel emotion in the poems. Our old friend said goodbye to us by the Huanghe Pavilion, and he traveled down towards the Yangtze city. And we can now see only towards the horizon the Yangtze River without any sign of our friend with the sailing away. Now by the side of the Yangtze River, with the sunset and the sunrise, we're embracing another new day. I'm living by the beginning of the Yangtze River. You are at the end of the Yangtze River. Every day I miss you, but I cannot see you. But together we share the water from the Yangtze River. I'm living by the start of the Yangtze River. You are living by the end of the Yangtze River. Every day I miss you so much, but I cannot see you. Together we share the drinking water from the Yangtze River. Look, that rolling water is not only the water from the Yangtze River, but it's a motionless history. Please hear the rolling of the waves and the telling from the waves. With the running water of the Yangtze River towards the east, gone with the waves are the giant heroes. Charm of a maiden singer. The endless river eastward flows. With its huge waves are gone all those gallant heroes of bygone years. West of ancient fortress appears Radcliffe, where General Zhou won his early fame. When the three kingdoms were in flame, rocks tower in the air and waves tacked on the shore, rolling up 1,000 heaps of snow to match the land so fair. How many heroes of yore had made great show. I fancy General Zhou at the height of its success, with a plume fan in hand, in a silk hood so brave and bright, laughing and jesting with his bride so fair, while enemy ships were destroyed as planned, like castles in air. Should their souls revisit this land, sentimental, his bride would love to say, younger than they, I have my hair turned grey. Life is but like a dream. On moon, I drink to you who have seen them on the string. The endless river eastward flows, with its huge waves are gone with all those gallant heroes of bygone years. And the waves are supporting our long-term dream of rejuvenation of the country. Let's thank the 79-year-old Mr. Shang Changrong for your recitation of the poem full of emotion. Endless Yangtze River starts with the Qinjiang Plateau. She has accepted a lot of branches of rivers, and she has traveled through thousands of mountains. This is the river that has nourished the generations of Chinese people. Now let's get back to the origin of the river, where Xi Jinping had cited the poem of Meng Jiao to honor the plateau of Yungui. Let's feel the great beauty of the green waters and mountains there. And then let's visit the ancient city of Yibin, where there are two branches of rivers going into the Yangtze River, and also the three gorges of the Chuanjiang River, to feel the sounds of the apes.
When we talk about the world's mountains, half of them show their beauty in Guizhou. When we heard about the fountains of the world, half of them sing their songs in Guizhou. So we have the mountains and the rivers, and among them we have gentlemen. And for a gentleman, they would hold a folding fan. And with this fan, they can purge the thoughts of all those normal things. I wish that the beauty of the central China may be promoted to the remote areas. In the remote areas, previously, there were dire conditions, but now we have the prospering condition. When we heard about the world's mountains, half of them show their beauty in Guizhou, and half of the fountains of the world sing their songs in Guizhou. Among the mountains and fountains, we have gentlemen holding a folding fan, and with this fan, we can purge our thoughts of all the dire things. And I wish that the beauty of the central China can be promoted to the remote areas. Previously, in the remote areas, there were dire conditions, and now we have the beautiful scene. And we have the beautiful fruits, as well as the clean streams and the bright scenes, as well as the very clean wells. And we have those kind of horses, as well as the pearls. And when at the end of the year, where we can go and what kind of things we can do as a falling leaf. And when we hear about the world mountains and fountains, half of them are in Guizhou. And among the mountains and fountains, we have gentlemen. And with gentlemen, they are very concentrated. And with a folding fan, gentlemen can purge their thoughts of all the normal things in the world.
南半壁，巍巍水陆码头，纵横三省，吞吐两江。金沙从雪岭而来，明水经青衣而至。黄浪翻腾，如英雄奔用武之地。碧波荡漾，似佳人赴比美之场。
Coming to the beauty contest. So for this precious geography, we join two rivers, and from this time on, we have the Yangtze River, as we call it. We may leave our hometown, and the call from afar is very appealing, and when we step on the journey, we can feel the company of the green and blue river. It is difficult to start, and it is precious to have a good start. For the Yangtze River to start here, we can say this beautiful city is famous for such a good start. When we propose a toast for the previous events, we say we can learn how to hide our talents and how to try for the best. And come back here, we cannot forget what our country has been through. Back then, we have been invaded. The universities have retreated from Beijing and Shanghai. At the time, people were confused, and the teachers and students were actually going from here to there, and decision maker has made the right call, and the young students have made their best. And for the Yangtze River, it is like our mother river. It actually helps us to nurture the talents and genius of this country. Previously, we have the battle and the heroes in China. Now we pay tribute to Yi Bin, and if old friends come back, they can be marveled at the changes, and Asian people can be marveled and surprised at the new achievements. So we pay attention to geography and history with the opportunities. Will come from afar to near about, and we can realize our magnificent goals. So how great, as an intellectual, we can write about the articles to talk about our ideals, and for Yi Bin this place, people be very practical and to strive for a beautiful aspiration.
At 4:30 in the morning, the boat starts in Yichang. When I was awake, it's already past 5. I couldn't wait to wash my face. Directly, I'm on the deck. I don't know, is it due to all kinds of imaginations that I hold for the three gorges, or it's just because of the beautiful dawn scenery. When I was on the pilot desk, I directly felt the difference in this beautiful scenery. Last night, what I have seen was the stars in the vast sky, and also in the moonlight, a very big river runs over. But today, there is not any trace of that. I could only see in front of me all the mountains so high, and there were winds blowing among those valleys, together with the water from the river. Where does the water come from, and where does the wind come from? Suddenly, it seems that the wind stops. It's not blowing, it's breathing. It seems that the water has stopped too. It's not flowing, but it's running forward. And it's so clear, the sky, like a piece of silk. And at this moment, the water surface is as calm as the surface of a mirror when the boat is traveling inside the valley. It seems that we are on the surface of a lake. We know that the boat is heading towards the north, and the sunlight comes from our right-hand side. At half mountain position, there is a very light mist. Now it has climbed to the top of the mountain. The valley has been fulfilled with the sunshine. And suddenly the whole valley has been painted in orange color, and by both banks of the river, it seems like the mountain has been cut into two sides by the river, so steep, with the running waves of the river inside this deep valley of the mountains. Water is running and is rushing so rapidly to try to find a way out. Since the ancient times, so many poets have honored the three gorges. They have made songs and poems about the beauty here, about the beauty of the motherland, about the hard-working people here, and about the legends of the heroes here. Today, time has changed. We should sing to the modernity, to the people, and to the life of today's society, to those who have worked so hard to protect the ecosystem here.
谢谢精彩的诵读。
Thank you for excellent recitation.
日夜奔流的长江水，寄托着我们对民族
The river
命运的
of Yangtze
全权
running
之
all
心，
the time
对脚下土地
is
的
where
丝之念。
that we
在武
put
昌的
our
黄鹤楼，
emotion
唐代诗
for
人
the
崔颢
destiny of our
以一首
nation
唐
and
人
for our
第一
motherland.
词语，抒发了对
In
故土
Wuchang,
的深切情
the
怀
Huanghe
和对时
Pavilion
空的纠结。
has been written into the
而在
poem
洞庭湖口的岳阳楼，
to
北
show
宋文人
his
范
deep
仲淹
and profound
以
emotion
先
for
天
the
下之忧
motherland.
而忧，后天
And
下
at
之
the
乐而
Yueyang
乐的
Pavilion,
胸襟，定义
范仲淹
了中国知识分子的
The
灵魂高
intellectual
度
from。the Northern Song
而在
dynasty
长江流域
has
上游
defined the height
滇池岸边的
of
大
the
观
soul
楼。
of Chinese
清代学者
intellectuals that we
孙
should
然翁以一幅古
be
今第一
worried
长联
by the worries of
放眼
our
滇池
society and
500
should be
里，
happy
联
about
向
the
人类
happiness in our society.
千年。
登临明楼，
And
指点
in
江
the
山，
Dianshi
激
site,
扬文字。
on the upstream area
这些
of the
铿锵的
Changjiang
韵
River,
律
there's the
与
first
民族和国家的
couplet
命运紧紧相拥，穿越
from
时
ancient
空，
times until
历
today,
久
made by
弥
a
新。
scholar in Qing
和永不停歇
dynasty.
的长江水一
Those
起，成为中国
words
人
and
自强不
poems
息、
have
奋进不
traveled
止的
along with the
强
waves
大
of our
精神
time
动力。
to reach today. And once again, we can feel this hardworking and diligent spirit of the Chinese people.
大家好，欢迎来到云南。大家请
Hi
看，
everyone, welcome to
在我的
Yunnan.
身后
Please
就
have
是
a
著
look
名的
behind me.
大观楼长联。
This is the famous
500
couplet
里滇池，奔来
of
眼
the
底
Grand View Pavilion.
披荆。
The Dianshi Pool
西
of
茫
500
茫
miles
空
is
阔
running
无边，
just in front of us. We cannot find the boundary of it.
东乡神
Look,
郡，西
To its
筑临
east
沂
is，Shenjun.
北
to its
走
west is
蜿
临沂
蜒，南翔缟素。高人
To
运势
its，
何
running
妨选
towards the
胜登
north
临？
and at this southern
趁
point,
谢与罗州，
the colors so
书作调
light.
风
A
环
lot of
不变，
heroes
更平天
and
伟地，
gentlemen have come to
点
the
缀
place.
些翠
to admire the beautiful scenery on the top of the mountain, and to feel the slight blowing of the wind. Surrounding this area, the paddy rice fields, and tens of thousands of hectares of light-colored sands. How beautiful is that? That is the #1 couplet from the ancient times into today. 孙然翁. When we look back to the history of thousands of years, there's an emotion coming up in our heart. When we hold wine, we are signing for the loss of the generations of heroes. We think of the pavilion boats of the Han Dynasty, the iron piles of the Tang Dynasty, the axes of jade in Song Dynasty, and the feather bags of the Yuan Dynasty. The great records and performances, the success reached in the long history, are no longer seen today. The only thing we can still admire today, the lights on the fishing boat, 2 lines of autumn gooses, and the frost on our pillow.
The memorial to Yueyang Tower. In the spring of the 4th year of the reign of King Li, Tang Zijin was banished from the capital to be the governor of Baling. After 1 year, the administration became efficient, people united and all things prospering. And he has renovated the Yueyang Tower to inscribe the poems and articles of Tang Dynasty and nowadays. And I talk about the magnificent scenes of Baling. All things shall pay tribute to Dongling Lake, and for Dongting, nibbling at the distant hills and gulping down the Yangtze River, strikes all beholders as vast and infinite, presenting a scene of boundless variety. And this is a superb view from Yueyang Tower. All this has been described in full by writers of earlier ages. However, since the lake is linked with Wu God in the north and extends to the Xiao and Yangtze River in the south, many exiles and wandering poets gather here, and their reactions to these sights vary greatly. During a period of incessant rain, when a spell of bad weather continues more than a month, when lowering winds bellow angrily, tumultuous waves hurl themselves against the sky, sun and stars hide their light, hills and mountains disappear, merchants have to halt in their travels. And if we go on this tower, we may feel the desperation because we are leaving our hometown and we have such feelings to be sad. And we have the beautiful sights and the peaceful lakes, and all the green and luxuriant glow. And we have the beautiful grass and plants. And when the dusk falls over this vast expanse and bright moon casts its light on a thousand li, when the rolling waves glitter like gold and silent shadows in the water glimmer like jade, and the fishermen sing to each other for sheer joy, the man coming up to this tower may feel complete freedom of heart and ease of spirit, forgetting every worldly gain or setback, to hold their wine cups in the breeze in absolute elation, delighted with life. But again, when I consider the men of old who possessed true humanity, they seem to have responded quite differently. The reason perhaps may be this: natural beauty was not enough to make them happy, nor their own situation enough to make them sad. When such men are high in the government or at the court, their first concern is for the people. When they retire to distant streams and lakes, their first concern is their sovereign. Thus, they worry both when in office and when in retirement. When then can they enjoy themselves in life? No doubt, they are concerned before anyone else and enjoy themselves only after everyone else finds enjoyment. Surely these are the men in whose footsteps I should follow. The poetry of the Yellow Crane Terrace. Leaving the crane tower, here empty, the immortal on the crane is gone. Gone forever, also, is the crane, leaving the white clouds, drift ages long. Leaving the crane terrace here empty, the immortal on the crane is gone. Gone forever also is the crane, leaving the white clouds drift ages long. On Hanyang Plain, sunlit trees distinct. On Parrot Isle, the grass lush and long. Twilight falls, but where is my hometown? The river mist keeps my spirit down. Twilight falls, but where is my hometown? The river mist keeps my spirit down.
为迁客去长沙。
And we say that for people to become banished, he would go to Changsha and he looked back at the capital. He cannot see the hometown. And in the crane terrace, we may have the musical instrument. And for those beautiful mountains, it may fall on the beautiful flower to show the affection. And people may come from the picture, and we have those beautiful clouds and birds. For the moon, as well as the musical instrument, it actually shows people's affection. And what are people's affections? The affections remain the same for ancient and modern times. And so we have the common affections shown in the Yangtze River, shared by all the people. People affections are shown in the crane tower. And for the crane tower, It is a symbol for people's affections from history to nowadays. And for 1,000 years, we look back to those beautiful songs and poetries. And for these all years, we all remember the Green Terrace. Thank you for all the colleagues from this country, and for the roaring Yangtze River to flow ever eastward. It helps to nurture those beautiful scenes in China. And in the Yangtze River, we have the historical stories as well as beautiful sights. And on the ground along the Yangtze River, we have the prospering green as well as beautiful flower. And in the new era, with new philosophy to development, we prioritize the restoration of the ecology along the Yangtze River. We focus on the protection and we try to avoid the blanket development. And this is a new approach to the development for the Yangtze River Delta and Yangtze River Belt. And for here, we have this report to protect the Yangtze River, and we want to reinvigorate this beautiful river and to restore and return the green to the Yangtze River Belt. And this is a joint mission and responsibility for every Chinese people. It is not because the Yangtze River goes through the homeland. It is because all of us belong to this river, belongs to the mother river of China. The roaring Yangtze River flows ever eastward. The roaring Yangtze River flows ever eastward. Its waves scoring away all heroes, successes and failures. We talk about Zhou Yu in the Three Kingdoms era. The roaring Yangtze River flows ever eastward. Its waves scoring away all heroes. Success or failure, right or wrong, they do not seem to matter so much. Once your back is turned, but the green mountains will be there still. And how many sunsets will carry the glorious afterglow? White-haired fishermen work the shoals. They have seen so much of the spring breeze and autumn moon. A jug of cheap wine to drink to our happy meeting, and so many momentous events, past and present, are bandied about with a laughter. A jug of cheap wine to drink to our happy meeting, and so many momentous events, past and present, are bandished about with a laughter.
是什么？
Yangtze River,
我是一滴水，
what am I?
我是一滴
I'm a
水
drop of water
掉进了长江，失去了
into
我
the
自
Yangtze
己
River,
也许
losing myself.
是从陡峭的崖壁
Maybe I came from the steep
也许
cliff.
是来自无名的
Maybe
小溪，
I
也
came
许
from an
是纤
unknown
夫
small
背上
river.
的汗珠，
Maybe
也许
I'm
是
only
逃
the
难人
sweat
的泪滴，
bed of
但也许
the boat tracker,
只是一
or
朵
maybe
云变成的
I'm from the
雨滴
tears of the
偶然
refugee,
落下，被
or maybe I'm just the
大江
rainfall
吸取。
于是
that come from a
我成了
cloud
长江水
and
的一
gradually
份子，
absorbed by the Yangtze
披
River.
云而来，
So am I
淘
now
沙而
a part
去
of the Yangtze River.
弯弯曲曲的道路，
Alongside, we come from
耿
the
耿直
clouds,
直的
and we are
脾
running
气
on the bed of
既
the
有
sand.
少女的
Through the
柔情
zigzag route,
又有勇士
I
的
have the
魂魄
direct temper.
扮演
I'm
着
tender as a
人类
lady
历史的
and
伴
strong
侣
as a soldier.
尝尽了
I'm a partner of the
人世
history
间
of
的
the humankind,
风
and
风
I've
雨
seen
雨
so many ups and downs
因
in the human
此，我
society.
说我是伟大
So,
集体的一滴，又确确
I'm
实
one
实
part of
是
this
我
big
自己
family, and
即使把
I'm
我化
also
作一朵浪
myself
花，
indeed.
朝着挡路的岩礁
Even
冲
though
击
I become
岩礁冲击，
哪
a
怕是
small
粉
wave
身碎骨，
粉
and
身碎
flying
骨。
towards the
也
rocks,
是我自己
even
的
though
志
that
趣。
would break me down.
即使无
That
意
is
间
also
把我
my
抛上岸
choice
边，
and
也
ambition.
要忠于职守，滋
Even
养
though that I may be thrown to the banks,
心力。
I should also stay true to my duty and nourish that land. Prelude to Water Melody.
又时武昌鱼，
I have just drunk the waters of
万里
Changsha
长江横
and come
渡
to eat fish of Wuchang.
极目，
Now I'm swimming across the great Yangtze, looking afar to the open sky of
不
truth.
管风吹
Let the
浪
wind blow and
胜
waves
似
beat.
闲庭
Better far
信
than
步
idly strolling
今日
in
何
courtyard.
宽裕，
Today I'm at ease.
在川上
It was by a stream that the master
逝
said,
者
Thus do
如
things
斯
flow
夫
away.
自在川上月，逝
Sails
者
move with the wind.
如斯夫
Tortoise and snake are still.
风强动，龟蛇静。一桥
Great
飞架
plans
南
are
北
afoot.，
天堑
A bridge will
遍
fly to
空
span the
国
north and south, turning a deep
更立西
chasm
江
into
石
a
壁，
thoroughfare.
截断巫
Walls
山
of
云
stones
雨，
will
高
stand
峡
upstream
出
to the west
平湖
to，hold back Wushan's clouds and rains,
神女应
till a
无恙
smooth lake rises in the narrow
当
gorges.
今
The mountain
世
goddess,
界数，
if she's still there, will marvel
神
at a
女
world
应无恙，
so
当
changed.
今世界数。
Yangtze River flows by my window. Yangtze River flows by my window with the golden waves rolling in her arms. This welcoming river is traveling across my motherland. Every day at dawn, I was awake by the sounds. Every day by the sunset, I was asleep by her sounds. When there is clear sky, there are doves on the surface. And when there are dark clouds, there are thunders in her waters. Every day, she holds up the sound, and in her vast breast, we can find tens of thousands of boats. She travels along with the history, and nobody could stop her down. She flows by the sunset glow. She flows by the rains and thunders. She flows by the sunshine, day and night. It makes me moved. By my small window, I can feel the strong pulses. Yangtze River flows by my window with golden waves in her arms. This welcoming river across my motherland, across my motherland. Thank you, my colleagues, and also artists from Shanghai. Standing by the bank of this great river, running already for tens of thousands of years, our ancestors has left to us countless sentences of poems. Until today, we can feel these endless emotions. We start from the beginning of the river, and now we are at the end of the river. We are closely connected to our mother river. Together we share the water in it, and we are thankful to it. We want to protect her. We are witnessing and recording the development of the Yangtze River economic belt, and we are also the promoter and the supervisor for the general protection of the ecosystem here. When we drink the water, we should think about the origins, and we should do something to protect the economical, ecological, cultural, and people's well-being aspects of the Yangtze River. And this road, putting the priority to the ecosystem and green development, will be wider and wider in the future with the development of the country and the hard work of the people.
Ever since I have known that ever-flowing river, I know my south and my north. Ever since I have known that ever-flowing river, I have known my north and my south. My south and north are near, so near that they are only across one river. My north and south are far, so far that we cannot use our steps to measure. The crane comes southward, using their wings to narrow the gap and distance between my south and north. The crane coming back takes back the spring message between the south and north. In Qinhuai River, in the tolls of the bells of Hanshan Temple, I listen to my south. For my south, the beautiful spring breeze and rain, for the small bridges, and for the beautiful grass. In the Gobi Desert, I sing with my nose. In the beautiful mountains, I meditate and think about lives along with my nose. For my nose, for the sun and the river, as well as for the desert. It is so magnificent. Ever since I have known that ever-flowing river, I have known my south and north. From ancient till now, that river is like a string, showing the rise and fall. And in the string melodies, my south is about the rain touching the lotus, touching the Chinese banana, so delicate. And in the melody of the northwestern wind, my north is magnificent, profound, and straightforward. Oh, my south and my north and my south are eternal and forever, hometown and heaven. Oh, the Yangtze River, you are the proud son of the glacier as well as the snow mountain. And in the cradle for the ancient age, due to the aspiration of sunlight, you suddenly woke up. Just like the fantasies of the myth, you have taken the milk from your mother and you have risen to the sun, the moon, the thunder, and the wind. You have grown into a big man, and you jump the cliff of the Kunlun mountain, and you jump from the rocks, and you sing, and you cry. You use your strength to pass through the mountains, and you try to gain the speed. You come through the Tangula mountain as well as the gorges, and you just come along through the Tibetan plateau as well as the Sichuan basin. And then you knock at a door to come through the wind and rain of the Wushan mountain. You come all along to the plain area for Yangtze River. Do you know, we welcome so much for you to come to the plain. And when you rise, you have this kind of singing, and you have sing the song of triumph. And how can you also use so mild melodies to sing those beautiful melodies for a broad plain? Of course, you have the appearance of a strict father and the kind mind of beautiful mother, and just like a mother, you hug and embrace all your daughters and sons. You nurture orange, sugarcane, vegetables, fruits, with rice as well as cotton. Yangtze River, you so generously raise our ancestors and all the offspring of our ancestors. For Yangtze River, just sing, just cry, just rise. The sea is just before you that is so eager to come. The sea is just before you that you are so eager to come. For the side autumn wind has blown white my hair. The crane goes southward and goes up the sky. The river, using the hands to hold the chilly snow, with the sadness and confusion, and with smile, with the night falling, I fall down my head to continue the fantasy of the youth. The dream is green, and in the dream I can see the reeds, so green, so prospering. Who can cut out that green? Who can cut out that appeal, so resistant? Even though with the cold wind, even though with the daunting ice, even though under the chilly dust, the green still continues. With the spring breeze, I can show the flag for the green. I can show my arms to embrace the beautiful Yangtze River. No matter how the world changes, in my heart, I always have the flame for youth and life.
Oh, please don't laugh at me for this empty belly. Make me into a flute. I could sing you songs, like the thousands of birds dancing on the top of your head. I could also sing your sadness out, and out through all the holes of the flute there are tears. Don't be surprised at that. My body, amidst the coldness, you can feel the sadness and happiness of life. One song after another, you would remember those good guys falling down and standing up again, rounds and rounds by the side of the Yangtze River. Accompanied by this changing water, I'm no longer a wanderer. I'm like a sailing boat in all the different directions. In the country, I'm also like a migrant bird, traveling through the changing seasons. I have my roots in the soils. I have my love by the bank of the river. Even though there's one day that my life would end, I would be covered with soil at this land. I would also pass my information beside the surface of the land. I have no sadness as the duckweed, nor the sadness of the dandelion. The world will not be smaller because of me, but with my existence, the river would be wider and animated. You, the sailing boat, the migrant birds, the migrant people of the hometown. If you want, I could tell you more about the pursuit of life and the meaning of our time. The new era of the Dragon of the Orient. A dragon of the Orient, holding a pearl in his mouth and stepping on the rolling waves. He's playing with the clouds, and with a jump, he's inside the East Ocean, a new, a familiar name, Yangtze River economic belt, with the echoes of the dream of our times, and also the shoutings of our modern times. You can feel the courage across oceans and seas. From now, our mother river of the motherland outholds the strong arms to embrace the world and the blue sky. After 40 years of development, as breeze of the spring, we have now brought with us the waves of the rejuvenation of the Chinese nation. On the road of Xingye, that courtyard, after 97 years of development, has witnessed once again the big change in the time, from Sanjiang Yuan to Chongmingdao. One small step forward means a great leap forward of our time. In the reform and opening up, every movement and every work would bring us a little bit forward towards a better time. In the endless great river, every wave is telling us the rhythm of the glory and dream.
Look, we are seeing accelerating, upgrading, and the transitioning of the growth engine, and we are expanding the path of high-quality growth. We see the Yangtze River economic belt is changing time by time, and along the Yangtze River, we can see the beautiful and colorful landscape. And now we can see the old songs join the new songs for the new era, and for the bulls and the monkeys, they sing all together. A beautiful melody for the ecology to form a very beautiful melody, and all the things join together to form this magnificent song. And for Zhejiang and Fujian, we have the beautiful scene. And along the Wusong estuary, we see the joining of the rivers. And for the new economic zones, we can see the dynamic and vibrant future. And for Hunan and Hubei, we can see the green development. For the Yangtze River, we can test and feel the pulse for China's green development. For Changjiang economic belt, it is standing on the new starting point for China to grow at a new era. This is a grand scene for the civilization of China, and this is a great platform. An Orient dragon is marching toward the sea. An Orient dragon is marching toward the sea. You live on this side of the Yangtze River. I live on that side. And for the villages under the snow mountain, they join the metropolitans. We stand on the back for the dragon of the Eastern Sea, and we can have within our grasp the sky, the cloud, as well as the beautiful flowers. We can achieve the most beautiful scenery, and we can show our deepest love for the Yangtze River. For us to start to get ready, and we can sing the Yangtze River song for the new era. We can see the blue sky, the sunlight, as well as the white cloud. And to welcome the Eastern Dragon is the new era. And to welcome the Eastern Dragon is the ever beautiful new era. Thank you. You come from the snow mountains. The spring wave is your charm. You come towards the Eastern Sea, and the wave is your character. 25 years ago, there is a documentary, The Story of Yangtze River, which was very famous and widely responded. So we recall not only the art to the Yangtze River, but also two artists, Hong Yun and Chen Duo. And they have read this poetry so poetically. And today we welcome Hong Yun here. And she will join a famous singer Liao Changyong, to give us a taste of the ode to the Yangtze River once again.
The Ode to the Yangtze River. You come from the snowy mountains. The spring waves are your charms, and you are running towards the East Sea. Waves show your character. You nourish generations of different ethnic groups with the milk, and you have embraced the high mountains and vast oceans with your strong arms. We sing an ode to you, the Yangtze River, your endless source. And we are attached to you, Yangtze River. You are like our mother. You come from the ancient times, the great waves washing down the dust. You are running towards the future, the waves echoing afar. With the pure flows of water, you are irrigating this land of flowers. You are using the strong power to push forward a new time. We appraise you, Yangtze River, your endless source. And we are attached to you, Yangtze River. You are the river of the motherland. Yangtze River. Yangtze River. Thank you.
你从雪山走来，春潮是你的风采，你向东海奔去，惊涛是你的气概，你用甘甜的如织，哺育各族儿女。健美的臂膀，挽起高山大海，我们赞美长江，你是无穷的源泉，我们依恋长江，你有母亲的情怀。从远古走来，巨浪荡涤着尘埃，你向未来奔去，涛声回荡在天外，
开花的国土，你用磅礴的力量推动新的时代。我们赞美长江，你是无穷的源泉，我们依恋长江，你有母亲的情怀长江长江。
谢谢我们的老中青艺术家们的精彩联袂。
Thank you, artists from different age groups.
朋友们，当杜
Dear
甫写
friends,
下无边落木萧
When the
萧
poet
下，
Du
一
Fu
长江滚滚
writes down the boundless forest sheds its leaves, shower by shower, the endless river rolls its waves, hour after hour. Here,
1200多年后，
we still didn't have the city, even the land. But 1,200 years later, today this city has become pioneer in innovation and development, and also in the reform and opening up. It shows a responsibility that is heavier than ever to push forward the development of the economic belt of the Yangtze River. We want to turn this golden economic belt to a new one with a better ecological system, a better transportation, economic development is more coordinated and market is more united, and the system is more rational. When we are paying tribute to the Yangtze River, it is actually paying tribute to the country. Let's remember that emotion and make a commitment together. As the sons and daughters of our Mother River, let's sing highly this song to the river Yangtze. Dear guests and dear friends, now is the end of today's poetry recitation. Let's wish a big success to these activities of our interviews. Let's share the most sincere wishes to our beautiful Mother River and to our great motherland. Goodbye, friends.